Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome back to the Wednesday Night War, where we're taking NXT and going head-to-head with AEW. And we had a pretty bad beat last week. If you recall, we did pretty okay in our show, I thought, but AEW did definitely one-up us there, unfortunately. And they also just did a pay-per-view, which was kind of odd. So obviously we have Wargames coming up soon, but they beat us to the punch with a new pay-per-view, and we have a punishment as well, because Vince McMahon has now intervened and given us some ideas to do, and one of which was, unfortunately, a random face or heel turn, because apparently somebody's not doing what they're supposed to do, and if we can just change that one person face or heel, then everything will be okay. I'm not sure who we're going to do yet for that, but when I figure it out, we'll see. But I don't want to lose to AEW again, and I think we need to start doing some proactive things against them. So we'll see here, but this could get ugly. But what we're going to start doing, I'm going to do a dirty trick. We're going to go to AEW here, and we'll start simple. Why don't we get ourselves a sign language? We're going to activate this. What that does is we plant some signs in our show, so when it's on TVD, what the hell? When it's on TV, there'll be a bunch of people in our crowd with signs that are like, Tony Khan's a money mark or something, like something stupid. But we'll have that on there. And we got one other dirty trick that I'm going to do. I'm going to hire somebody. I bet you're excited, Deanna, because we are going to sign Marty. In fact, I'm going to give him more than what he's worth, just to really sweeten the pot. 3 years contract sounds great. Push, that all looks good. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just say you're never going to be lower than mid-Carter, because you won't be. So we will steal the villain right before AEW can even take them. Though obviously in the save we have no idea if they actually will, but this will hopefully prevent them from having it. Now they do have a strong friendship with Cody and Zack Sabre. So that Cody relationship, he might, if he gets pitched to, can we see if he's been, we can't see if he's had any other offers. Though I also don't know when his contract's up, but it should be soon. In the real world, it just ended, but I don't know how accurate the save is, so. Let's see here. We had 1.45, a TV rating, which was pretty good. Drug test fees, that's fine. So we have NXT in 6 days. I don't think we had to do any other hiring. I think we generally have the talent that we want. We could look at borrowing someone else from WWE. Don't know who we could get that would be really strong. I mean, so when I started doing this, obviously this was before NXT was really live as a 2-hour show. So they, NXT ended up actually drafting people completely over, which is something we unfortunately can't really do on here. Can I bring Ricochet back? I wonder. 10 appearances. And money. It's kind of odd to have to pay your owner money. More than 5 dates. Okay. So let's see. 5 appearances for Ricochet for 50. Which is just would tell you exactly what they wanted. Okay, that'll work. Well, let's see if we can get a little bit cheaper. Price 65. Yeah, cool. We'll get Ricochet in. We'll see where he lands on the roster because our main event, unfortunately, weak. Oddly enough, even with Bray being drafted randomly for us, it's like I said, when the Revival's your main eventers, you might have a bit of a problem in terms of mid-card gap. And we might just look at getting rid of some of these random mid-carders. Like, I'm not concerned about money, but just clearing some of this out and figuring out what I actually have might be very helpful. We have a huge women's division, but their skill set is shockingly, drastically different. You can see that in the pay rates. Candice is great, Mia Yim, Io Shirai, Aaliyah oddly overvalued. Well, I guess these are pay-per appearances, so maybe not. But yeah, but some of these are really hurting our overall numbers sometimes, which is a bummer. And obviously, we're still waiting for Sasha to join. When are you out still? It's got to be coming up soon. Main eventer. Figure out what to do with him, but I'm sure we can put him into something that could up our rating a little bit. I also don't know how many talent trades I can actually do before they freak out. I wish we could do Survivor Series, but we can't really actually do that. I wonder if I can get AJ for 5 appearances. It doesn't say when they have to appear, so I could just start stacking it now. This might be unfair. Okay. We're gonna do some stuff. We are definitely going to do some things, some very, very dirty things, I think. But we're going to get those numbers up one way or the other. I can tell you that right now. Might not be this show, but we're gonna boost this baby up as hard as we can. Can I get the Undertaker? Could you imagine? Wait, I'm just curious. Seems like 65 is the magic number. Oh my god. So they'll just let me take anybody. Huh. Could you imagine? We'll keep that in our back pocket. Though Brock Lesnar as NXT champion sure seems like a way to boost the rating. That sounds like an emergency button if I've ever heard it. All right, let's go ahead and let's sim over to NXT before I get carried away with talent trades and screw myself over. I do have some plans, though. I think I have some people I can pull in without going ridiculous. That could definitely up our ratings. All right, so we've reached Halloween. Montez Ford is complaining. Why? You're a lower mid, Carter. Want to be a mid card? Sure. That's fine. Still have 3 days away. Oh, wow, we got our contract negotiation back. He seemed to be very quick to go ahead and do that. No, does not become active for another 7 days or until this worker's contract has been completed. Oh, that's actually his workers' contract is in another 7 days. So we picked the right time to swoop in. Kind of shocking that AEW did not do that at all either. Kind of curious now what they're up to. We can take a look in the news folder real quick and see if they are signing anybody. But they haven't really signed anybody recently, except for, was it Taz, I think? So there's definitely, nothing. I mean, and JBL, good luck. That's a great fit there. But kind of interesting that they haven't really gone on a hiring spree or anything like that. They kind of left us to our own devices. All right, we got a couple more times to go sim through here for a couple more days, and hopefully nothing crazy happens in the meantime. All right. We are here, and we have some returns. Awesome. Sasha's in. Let's go ahead and get her assigned. Perfect. Who else was in? Who? Who is this? Sure. What are you? Yeah, okay. Great. I just feel like I just have a hodgepodge of random people I've never seen before on this roster sometimes. Minor morale issues all around. Why? Irritated sign push from October. Whatever. Ciampa. Your kid at the rib. And AJ needs to be assigned. That's shocking. Okay. So all we have to do is book the show. Hopefully it's better than AEW this week, because that progress bar is not looking great for us, and we have a pay-per-view coming up, and basically pay-per-view points, we're going to compare it to their last pay-per-view, and all points are doubled, so it could really hurt us if we don't really pull up all the stops there. I wanted to also go ahead and grab a few more people from talent trades, because my plans it's going to really be for after the pay-per-view. But since we grabbed AJ, I think we've got to bring the rest of the club in. So let's go ahead and grab Carl for 5. I wonder if I can get him for less. No. 51. Okay. And I have a sneaking suspicion that there's like a limit to how many talent trades you can do for trading talent. I'm not positive though, but we'll find out very soon. Let's grab Gallows. So far, so good. I know, like relationship talent trades, I think there is a limit for like alliance borrowing. But maybe talent trades are unlimited as long as you agree to the exchange for workers or the payment, which is a big deal for us, because I mean we could keep Finn, we could just keep on just paying that fee. Which is not a huge deal. We're so stacked in cash. I mean, we're probably going to win or lose this before the money becomes an issue. What are we even making from a show? We lost 100,000, but we're gaining a pretty significant revenue. Really not that horrendous. 200,000 per month for wage. And that is covered just by sponsorships, marketing expenditures, additional costs. It's not horrendous. It's a loss leader. It's fine. I mean, we're at $100,000. We're never going to dip in. I mean, what would that be? Like, God, we go a couple years without even really glancing at that money. So that's fine. We'll end up losing the war or winning the war far earlier than money will become an issue. All right, backstage ratings 100%. We still have a few people out. Ciampa's out still, and Marty Scurll's contract hasn't begun yet. But let's make sure we Full Sail. But we want the NXT's Full Sail arena. I wish it could just be auto-assigned. Okay. We also have to figure out who we're going to have a random face or heel turn. I will figure that out off camera. But we do have to do a heel turn. I'll figure it out. And I'm probably going to do something horrible to me. I could be cheap, and I could just pick someone that wouldn't affect me, but I'll do something really. I'll be an asshole to myself. It's fine. And do we want to meddle? Could probably. Some people could use some development. No effect though. Okay, that's fine. We have a ton of just stacked backstage rating, which is great. All right, let's go ahead and book it. All right, we are all done, ready to go on with the show. Let's see how it goes. We start off pretty strong with a B+. We have Bray Wyatt coming out, doing a promo, saying that in a growling voice that since Finn hasn't been here to show up, protect the NXT universe, it's his tonight. Very ominous before the lights go out to blackness and he disappears. That's followed with two very confused wrestlers, Kushida and Oney Lorcan, who were trying to start the show off for the night, having a match before very quickly the lights go out again, and Bray Wyatt has run in and attacked them, and attacks Lorcan and disqualifies the match. The match is not much to say about, though they have great chemistry, which is interesting. Kushida had a 56 and Oney Lorcan had a 48. It's not bad. And the match overall was a 50, which is not horrendous for what we're at, I guess, for the lower card. But we have The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, showing up and attacking the match, kind of setting the point home that, as he said, NXT is his tonight, if there is no demon to defend it. But unfortunately, the demon does not get out, or the Fiend doesn't get the demon out, I should say. But instead, Johnny Gargano, fan favorite and unsung champion of NXT, comes out in his place to attack the Fiend. He ends up fending him off and sending him to the back, and Gargano helps Oney Lorcan and Kushida back to their feet, saying basically that if Finn's not here to defend him, that they will, that he'll take the charge, and he does. He actually performed poorly in this segment, and Bray was a real star. It's interesting, I guess Gargano is not as strong in terms of overness as I thought he would be. It's important, I guess, for us to know in the future, but very troubling for the course of tonight then. We'll see how this goes. We do have an announcement that goes on after the match, and the commercials come back saying that Gargano and The Fiend will be the main event tonight to finish off what had happened here. That does much better. We continue with a different match. We have Velveteen Dream defeats Tyler Breeze in 15 minutes with a power line. Got the crowd buzzing. Dream had a 36 and Breeze had a 49. Again, pretty concerning that I think Dream's considered a main eventer and he's only pulling in a 36 here. I know NXT is probably more overness focused, but definitely concerning in terms of performance. And 47 is not great for now being on the mid card here. Hopefully the stacked upper hour will help us a little bit. Out after the match, after Dream wins against Tyler Breeze, he's greeted by Dalton Castle, who rolls in on Dream's Roman side lounge couch, mocking him as the boys stand there, fanning him with his with palm leaves, kind of taunting Dream and his general entrance, and kind of continuing the mind games between the two. Got the crowd a little bit hotter, too, which is nice. Much better. We have a promo backstage that Bray Wyatt says, if you think you can interfere with this world that I am now part of, if you think that you're in charge, I can show you I have more control, show you that I control everything in your life, and that you'll see the light, like your wife did. And Candice is revealed by his side with heavy mascara and looking all evil now, as though she fell to the dark side, giving us our our bad heel turn that we're going to have to deal with as we complete a turn and have the girl next door turn heel, which actually surprisingly turned out pretty well. All right, well, we have evil Candice LeRae. I might make an alter ego for her, now being seemingly the valet to Bray Wyatt. Very odd, but we'll go with it. Afterwards, we have Sasha debuting, coming back to the ring to a adoring crowd, saying the boss is back. And she has a match tonight. It does well, as we would expect. And she has a match with Bianca Belair. Bianca definitely pulled the match down. They were already hot. This was a work-the-crowd match, so that was kind of poorly placed, and we lost some points there. Sasha's improving in skills, though 59 might be one of our higher in-ring performers on NXT. She'll be really good as we put her against Shirai or Shayna Baszler. Sasha easily defeats Bianca Belair, as we would expect. Wins with a bank statement. Gets a 42, though. The match rating could be a lot better. It's getting me a little concerned for our overall match rating for the end of the night. Afterwards, Belair goes to shake Sasha's hand, showing some good showmanship. But Sasha, showing a hint of her heelish nature beforehand, shrugs it off and pushes past her. So we're getting a hint that maybe the old Sasha could be returning to NXT, who used to run around with sort of this boss bitch attitude in 2014, thinking that she completely ran NXT. Perhaps she's bringing that chip on her shoulder back as she shows up here. Does a 64, much better. Ooh, it's rough. Our tag team division lacking right now. Undisputed Era defeat the Forgotten Sons in 9 minutes for a quick match. Just proving how dominant they still are. Bobby Fish defeats Wesley Blake. Kyle O'Reilly's not suited for his gimmick. We'll have to look at it. We got a 40, 46, 28, and 29. Blake and Cutler just not cutting it out. And unfortunately, giving us a really bad match rating. I had this as a wild brawl, trying to hope that maybe that could kind of cover for their weakness as we're kind of building into a triple threat Wargames match next week. But didn't go quite where I wanted it to go. And that leaves us pretty in bad shape here. We have a pretty good rebound, though. Afterwards, we have a contract signing with Baszler and Yim. Yim winning the Battle Royal to face Shayna at Wargames for the championship. And it goes as all contract signings in NXT go. Table gets flipped and they fight. But Mia Yim actually gets a good hit in and busts Shayna's lip open which actually kind of has her not necessarily reeling, but kind of stumbling backwards. And obviously, Triple H was out there to officiate and get the crowd a little bit of a pop. Not bad. Triple H did what he was going to do, which is just stand there and grimace and be the manager. And that gave us a great rebound rating there. I should have probably ended the show with this. It would have been much better. It's not bad. Decent match. We have Bray Wyatt in the main event defeating Johnny Gargano by stoppage when Johnny Gargano could not continue. And during the match, we also had evil Candice LeRae distract Gargano for Bray Wyatt, who got so distracted to kind of let him get the finishing blow. Got the crowd buzzing. Bray Wyatt had 66. Gargano had a 39, almost a 40. 54 C- is not bad for a main event. And then finally afterwards, we have the Fiend commands Candice to finish Gargano, and she DDTs him. It's not as good of an ender, but we have evil Candice doing evil things to her husband and ending the show. 64. I don't know how we're going to do here. This might be another loss. I think that final segment with Candice has really hurt us. But we'll see. All right, let's see here what we got. We got our TV rating is 1.49. AEW is increasing their live experience, which is interesting. We do have Wargames in 2 days, which will be our next episode. So hopefully we're going to have to face off against AEW's last pay-per-view for that. Let's go ahead and see what we were at. We had a 64 with a 1.49 viewership rating. AEW had a 1.46 rating with a 61C. Much worse show. Not by much, but the main event of Shawn Spears defeating Chima, apparently not. I guess the big draw for them there. So that's pretty good. I think 1.49. So even on... No, yeah, we beat them in broadcasting. They had 1.46, so that gives us a good boost. Chips away at that bar up there, and it also means we do not have to worry about adding a meddling on there. We do, unfortunately, still have to spin the wheel. Now... we have, I believe, we actually should only have 3 McMahon meddlings because we reset after we had lost the last one. So let's go ahead and update that on the wheel here. Some of you guys are asking where the wheel comes from. It's actually a really cool website called Wheel Decide, which you can see. You can actually have multiple wheels saved. So something, if you're interested in adding a little bit of a random dynamic to your own personal games, I highly recommend. It's a great way to add some random number generation. You can change up how the wheel spins. You can save wheels. Been pretty helpful. All right, let's go ahead and spin the meddler. So we have 3 McMahons on there. Hopefully we don't hit anything. No meddling. And no problem. So we don't have to worry about a meddling for this week. We do have to worry, of course, about the next week because we have our pay-per-view coming up, Wargames. And, we have a good show, but it could be better. I think we're going to be planning towards some really good things coming up. because we're going to have AJ, we're going to have Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson. We're going to be doing some stuff there. I have a really dumb, if we really need to, I have a really dumb plan to get us some major ratings, which we might need to ultimately win this, because even with that show, we just barely skimmed by for a win. It's just that mid-card pulls us down so harshly. Like, let's look at that real quick, just as an example. Where do I want to be? I want to be here. Okay, our mid-card, basically, what do we got? We got 42. Our lowest rating was actually 37 for a mid-card, and our highest mid-card match was low 50 with Oni and Kushida, I think. So our average is about like 48 to 52. Dynamite's mid-card, well, their women's division's weak, 34. 43. 51. They're about even. They just run less shows, less stuff on that show than we do, which actually gives them a bit of an advantage. But we're booking for story, they're booking for matches, so it's a little bit of a different game, but it's one that we have to kind of manipulate to get the advantage on. But we gained a little chip off that bar, which is good, because it was worryingly long after that last one. But that next show, points are doubled, so that bar, however it's going to increase, is going to increase by double. That could be a huge impact on us, and we'll have to see how that plays out. But that was it for today. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you next time for Wargames.